All right, thumbs up if you have your ClassDojo account made up as a teacher and you've done our survey.
She's almost done.
Awesome, cool.
Okay, so I'm Julia. This is Kylene. That's Devin. We're going to show y'all ClassDojo today. Me personally, I feel like I'm always worried about like how I'm going to communicate with parents and things like that. So this it's an app and a website, and you can use it on laptop, your phone, even like a Kindle, iPad. It's a great way to communicate with parents, keep track of students, do all kinds of stuff like that. So. Go ahead and click the link to the answer garden. Share your answers. The question is, have you ever seen teachers and parents, how have you seen teachers and parents communicate? Have you ever seen that happen? No, just kidding. So email, Facebook, learn about that in here. Here we go. Newsletters, Twitter, Blooms. Ooh, Parent Teacher Conference. That's a good one. Social media, newsletter, Remind. Those are really good answers. Okay. So what you'll know by the end of this, teachers can create a class, add students, give feedback to students, if they're acting up or if they're being really good that day. You can award them with points. It keeps track of all the points for you. Teachers can communicate with parents, share activities, and add media on the students' profiles. You guys will explore ClassDojo's toolkit and its functions and play around with it a little bit and see if you can use it, when you're a teacher, or maybe, your kids will have teachers that use it and you can use it as a parent as well. Okay.
So I noticed that a lot of us put let's start with this. So personally, how I've seen teachers or communicate with parents in the classroom has been through a newsletter where they send a piece of paper home with their kids and it gets lost in the bottom of their backpack, and then the parents never know what's going on. So they'll have a field trip and the parents are like, I didn't know about it, no, we need to sack lunch or whatever it may be, and then you got that problem. So ClassDojo could be your solution for that. So this is a statement right from ClassDojo's website, and it says ClassDojo connects teachers with students and parents to build amazing classroom communities. And like Julia said, you can access it just about anywhere, and it's 100% free. So want to mention that too. So even if you're an educator, a parent, it's for free. So for teachers, they can create a positive classroom community. Parents, they stay connected with the classroom, and students, they share their learning on a digital portfolio. And by the way, I'm a little sick, so sorry if I sound kind of gross. So, next slide. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now is what it looks like from the app. It's going to look a little different on the website. But over here is going to be your example of what it will look like. So this right here, this is some of the functions on the app. This is the class and school story. And this right here is for the school story. Now, if you have the school, so the school would have to log in as the school and post things through the school. It's a bit more broad. But this is just for your individual class story. So it's located down here at the bottom of the app. It says class story, a little heart next to it. So the class story is private space to post media text, so you can post videos too, from the class for parents to see. and only the parents will be able to see it. School story is for more broad, is about the whole school posted by the school leaders, like a principal, administration, someone like that. And if you're logged in as a parent and you're hooked up with the school, then, which is usually you just enter a code, just like you do with the classroom, or you have your school number, then usually you can see that. Parents can view, like, and comment on the stories. So they can like it, they can comment, and then you could also see who all's viewed it. So you can tell if every parent has viewed it or who all's viewed it. So this is another function of ClassDojo, and it is messaging. You can instantly message parents without giving out your phone number. So as a teacher, you don't have to give out your phone number to the parents. You can just do it all through just ClassDojo. But teachers, parents to sign up, they do need to give their phone number, I think. But as a teacher, you don't have to. But you can still give it out. But might just won't have parents calling up all the time. That stuff. Only teachers can see when a message has been seen. So if you send a message and parents like, oh, I never got it, you can see that someone viewed it, but the parent can't see if you viewed their message, which I think that's kind of neat. So if you don't want to really respond to something that they said, you can talk about later on, And you could also, one thing that's cool, and you can't see it on this one because this is a screenshot from a parent's point of view, but there at the bottom where you see the camera, picture, and smiley face, if you're a teacher, there'll be a little, I think, calendar, and you can schedule ahead to set a reminder that will automatically send out to all the parents. And to hey, remember we have a field trip tomorrow. And you don't have to individually go to each parent or remember that you needed to set that up. So this is another really cool thing I like about ClassDojo. It's student portfolios. So this is from a teacher's point of view, and I have one. I use one with my preschool kids because I'm an assistant teacher at Creative Kids Learning in Norman. And so this is what we use all the time. And so you can share the students' individual work for their parents, so that's only for their parents' eyes. I think I misspelled that, my bad. So only their parents can see what you post of their kids' work online. And students can also upload their own work. So if they did homework at home or something at home, you sent a project home, they can upload it from home. And they could do it with just a QR code to get set up or a Google login. They do straight on right there. And this is just an example. And when you get set up with ClassDojo, you'll have a demo classroom. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, feel free to click through ClassDojo and experiment as I'm talking to look at some of these functions so you know where we get to the do-it-yourself part. This is from the, go back one more. Sorry. You're good. This is from the demo classroom, so it says Beyonce K, so they use celebrities' names for the demo. So I just did this as an example, Miss Abel, they posted to Beyonce. Beyonce made a heart bowl to keep her jewelry safe today in class, and you can post a little message of their meaning to what they made, and parents can like it or view it and comment on that too, and only their parents can see it. And and you can do it for every single kid. So.
I was just rolling with it. I've had a student named Genuine, a Sir Diamond, Leonardo.
Okay, and this is another cool feature too I like. This is what we use also all the time. It's instant feedback. So when you get set up with when you get all your students set up with ClassDojo, they'll have these little monsters, and each kid will have their own monster. This is from my class, which is why you see some things redacted because I didn't want to show my kids' names. But so you can set up, so you could get positive feedback for skills like being kind and helping others, which you can see over here on the right with the positive tab. It has all these little things, and that's what my teacher I assist is what she set up, so you can individually customize the skills. And then you have your needs work tab. Instead of negative, it says needs work, and you can do poor choice, disruptive, not following directions, and not cleaning up, things like that. And parents can see. Only parents can see. When you hit that, they can see. So I've had parents before, I put poor choice, which is kind of broad. I should have put disruptive. So they asked me, message me, hey, you did poor choice. Why did you do that? And I just said, well, we'll talk about it more when I see you at the end of the day, but they were being a little disruptive during nap time. So we talked about it at the end of the day. So that's just good that parents can see what's going on with their kids, and how they're doing. And also, I believe parents, and you yourself can do this too as a teacher, down there next to edit skills, there's view report, and you can see how that kid's doing in the class itself is doing for that day, how many, if they're getting needs work points or, positive points, how they're doing for the month or week or day or however. So it's optional and customizable, so you don't have to do this with your kids if you don't want to. And you can use this as a reward system by, like, I've seen teachers, like, online and stuff, print out all the kids their own individual monsters and have them posted so they could visually see it and then add and take away points. So for us, if the kids get to 10 points, then they get something out of the treasure box. So, and then you could just easily go back and then just start over the points and start over from the beginning. Some other cool features I just kind of want to mention real quick that doesn't really tie in with communication like completely is they have a translation feature where it provides a translator to communicate with all families. So if a family, let's say they're Hispanic and they don't have trouble with English, on their phone, you can post in English, but then their phone will translate for them into Spanish, if that makes sense. So they can see it in Spanish. There's a toolkit which you can see on there. I should have put up an example. It's at the bottom. If you're on your phone, it's at the bottom, but if you're on your website, it's at the top for the toolkit. And there's multiple tools all in one place, like a group maker and a timer and things like that you can use with the kids. Like randomizer, we use that sometimes, like pick a random kid. And you can also have this, like, you can have your phone plugged into like a TV or something or pulled up on the screen so your kids can see like the timer or the randomizer that, like, okay, I'm being picked. This isn't like the teacher choosing. Or if you do the traditional six, like, but anyways, and videos and activities, or create your own activities. Now, ClassDojo has some of their own videos and activities you can find them on the app and on their website, and a lot of their things, they teach socio-emotional skills, like I've seen like things about empathy, kindness, treat others how you want to be treated, and they're just like 2-minute videos that you can just show your kids if you're doing maybe a lesson or, something like that. And then create your own activities. Now, this is for more like elementary kind of probably level. You don't really want to do this with preschool, of course, unless you want to, you could, I guess. But you can make activities for students to complete on their own. So you can make an activity, and then they can see that when they go home, and then they complete it, and they can even say when they complete it on there, and then they can post it on their portfolio so you can see it for them to do it at home, and they can see that. Okay, so now it's your turn to use ClassDojo. So we'll walk around the room and answer any questions and help. And do you guys have any questions, like right now, that you have or anything before we walk around? So some things I want you guys to try doing as a teacher is try adding a student. You could just, I don't think you need to try doing that. You just like, it already has it up on there for you.
Yeah, it has like the sample.
But you can see how to. But yeah, you can have a sample to try to add a student. Add positive/need work skills to give and take away. Add media if you want to student portfolio, just see how you can get to that point to add things. The class story and messaging feature, if you could just see how to access that and get to that point, and then you just see where you get to the toolkit. So we'll walk around the room and see if you guys have any questions or anything.
While you guys are doing that, I'll walk you through my ClassDojo that I set up.
Yeah, she set up her own ClassDojo, and I didn't want to show mine because those are actual kids and everything.
So all of these kids are fake, except for this one. This one's actually real. Ben is a real child, but he's my boss's son, so I have permission to use his name. So I went through and I just made random names. So I'll pick Ben. I'll just mess with him. So if you click on this, you see all of the different options that you can help him, that you can give points for. So I'm going to add a skill because you can make it, you can customize it. So I'm going to add one for good friend. And I'm going to make that worth 2 points. If you scroll all the way down, you can make them up to worth 5 points. So I'm going to make that 2 points. save. Now you see good friend right here. So he was a good friend. So we're gonna come back. We're gonna give him 2 points. So now Ben's got 2 more points. But you can also, so these are the needs work skills. So I have mean right here, but I can also edit and do.
The same thing, just make sure you're on the right,
There we go.
area.
We'll do did not help during cleanup. And we're gonna make that 1 point. So save. Now did not help during cleanup. So now when I go to bed and I go to needs work, take off 1 point for did not help during cleanup.
And my kids, like, when I have my phone plugged in, they can hear that noise when they know. So, like, when it's time to take 1 point, I warned you a couple times, and then they actually hear it, and then it's like, ah.
And that would instantly send an alert to the parents.
Yes, they'll be able to see that they're pointing there.
So you can also use ClassDojo to break them up into groups. So I have my groups.
Tables, like certain tables, we do table 1, table 2, table 3, so they can earn points as table 2.
So I've got my groups right here. So you've got caterpillars, hornets, and ladybugs. So I'm going to do for the hornets, I'm going to give them participation points. So both of those students just received 5 participation points. Whoops.
And then up there at the top, you can see that's where the portfolio.
Yeah, so here's
class
portfolios.
story. If you're with the school story option would have to be up there too. You could also message right there, even if you're on your laptop. And can you go back up there, Kylie? Or
Right here?
just go back to where it's like back, like the back and go down from your class. See Kylie's class with the arrow.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
And this also, so let's say, because for me, I'm part of 2 classes. So you could still be with more than 1 class. So I have like my Tigers class and my Lions class. So you just add a new class, and a teacher just has to hook you up with that class, or you just start a whole new class. And there's your demo class right there too. So,
This is the demo class with Beyonce, Christina.
Denzel and Jennifer. But back to the.
So here's messaging. So I have one parent. I just randomly assigned Julia a child. So let's say that.
See, she can see that she read it down there. See a little check mark, and when she read it too.
And so now she'll get that message reminding her about show and tell. So you have all these parents that you can assign. You get their phone numbers for that.
That's where you need their phone numbers.
Yeah. You can also schedule quiet hours for messaging.
So if you don't want to hear anything, let's say it's like vacation time, and no one should be messaging you, then you can set that up. And then when you get back, you'll get all those messages.
Let's say from 4:30 p.m. 6:30 a.m. You don't want anyone messaging you. And so you can set that up, and so right now it's turned on. So you are.
I didn't know this, but you could also download messaging.
So you get quiet hours set up, so now they can't. Does anyone have any questions?
Okay, go back to the slide. Okay, so just to wrap it all up, if you could go to the Google form and take our post-assessment quiz. If you have any other questions about anything, then just raise your hand. I'll
Make
come over
sure you
to you.
post a screen grab of your costume that you made on ClassDojo to Team 4's discussion board on Team 12.
And also I want to mention, I found this out, but if you go to the ClassDojo website itself, they have all kinds of resources. So if you do want to use this in a classroom and you need to like present something to a principal of like why you should use this, they have like a PDF and like an intro video and all these like things that you can use to like show your principal why it's good and why you would want to use it in the classroom. Like my teacher that I assist, what she had to do with our director when she wanted to use it in her classroom. So, yeah, the little monsters.
I've seen some second grade teachers use this and really maximize the gamification feature of it, the point.
Mm-hmm.
I think they assign their students pseudonyms so that they could have the class on the board and
Mhm.
show the points. And the kids were really motivated by seeing their points versus everybody else.
Uh-huh.
And the
Yeah.
teachers went around it by instead of giving their given names, you know, they had a fake name that the students were supposed to keep private, but a lot of them didn't. But they had really good ideas for rewards for cashing in those points. Some of them were things like lunch with the teacher, front of the line pass for the day, be the librarian's helper, things that didn't cost them a penny. And the students were so motivated by it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of teachers who really love ClassDojo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't think about keeping it private too, but I just knew like making like posting it to where they could visually see it is like one of the big important keys, because like that's what I do in my class, because like they don't see it, they don't know. They're always asking, how many points do I have? So it's good if they can visually see, and plus they're learning, like, they're preschoolers, they're learning their numbers. So they can see, okay, I need this many more until I get to 10. So is that it? I think. Yeah. Okay.
So,
Thank you.
and thumbs up if you've taken the post-assessment quiz.
Yes. You guys all good?
And if you posted a screenshot of your class.
Who's gonna use ClassDojo?
Cool.
Thank you guys.
All right.